It was early winter. Family and friends across the island had just started to gather for the holiday season. Meanwhile, at the island's main railway station, Tidmouth, the four controllers had gathered for a very different sort of meeting.
Gentlemen, in conclusion, the initial year of operations is completed successfully, and it is now time to start preparing for next year's plans.
Well, perhaps we shouldn't be so hasty. Should we not consider the barriers to opening fully? There's still a lot to do.
I don't see any cause for delay. We've been going over this for years. This is all part of the plan we agreed on.
It's just a big step to go to passengers. And all the work Sir Topham would have to do now. Reopening that closed station, building an operation further into the town.
The work is already in motion. Besides, I've already been working on building a new harbour at the old Midsawdor Wharf to alleviate this one. All that's left to do is get the engines and rolling stock, and eventually build a shed. I move to proceed with the plan.
I second the motion.
All in favour?
Aye.
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 Good. That's it settled. Otherwise I see no reason not to draw this meeting to a close. Mr. Duncan, good luck. And I look forward to our airways continuing our close relationship. Now, if you'll excuse me please, there is work to be done.
Oh, and Topham, one more thing.
Yes, Mr. Duncan?
Have you selected an engine to run the line yet?
There are a few promising candidates, but I'm still mulling it over. Why?
Well, Topham, if I might, I would recommend that Duck lead the roster. He has made such good acquaintance with my engines. They're all very fond of him, and he seems to enjoy the work too.
Thank you, Furgus. I will take that into consideration. Inspector, did you read my briefing about the requirement for further rolling stock and motive power for the new branch line?
Yes, sir. We're in the process of finding 2 engines to run the line.
Make that 1 engine, Inspector, because I've found the first. I want you to put that engine at the top of the new roster.
Driver, before my next train, can I have a washdown?
James, I have given you one already, and the train's in 5 minutes.
Only a quick one.
Sir, do you mean him?
Why, bless you, no. James will never last 1 minute on a branch line. I was talking about Duck.
No time for dilly-dallying there, James. Here are your coaches for the next train. Better get a move on since you came in late with that last one. Or you have to get the platform clear for the next train.
Oh, I suppose.
Oh, I see.
Yes, Duck will do nicely.
Sir Topham Hatt found Duck idling in the yard, simmering after hours of hard work.
Oh, hello sir. What can I do for you today?
Duck, I am reopening a branch line.
Is that the one that runs back behind the station, along the coast, until it meets the harbour town, with the small engines? Or is it the...
Yes, that's the one. The harbour is to reopen to take the cargo we can't handle here alone. And the small engines need passengers, you see.
Yes, I see. So what are you seeking me for? The yard operation's going to change much?
Duck, your work in the yards has been good. The way you take leadership, that's just the type of engine I need to run this new branch line.
Sir, are you suggesting?
Yes, Duck. Tell me, would you like to have this branch line for your own?
Yes, sir. Please, sir. It would be an honour, sir.
Very well. I hope you will work hard and be a credit to me. Now, I still need another engine and a set of coaches for this timetable. I suppose it's only fitting to get Great Western stock to go along with Duck. Inspector, can you start a new search for a branch line tank engine, ideally Western region, and 4 auto coaches for push-pull operations?
Yes, sir, we will start right away. Oh goodness, who might you be?
No, the fault is ours.
We are here to see the Fat Controller.
Yes, well, come in. You look as if you've been through quite the ordeal.
It's been a long few weeks. You see, there's no good way to put this.
We're the crew of an engine, sir. A Great Western 1400 class. His name is Oliver.
My goodness, who sent you?
Well, sir, we sent ourselves. Our engine was sent for scrap. We daren't be parted from him or our faithful coach, so we've run away here. We've stacked everything on Sir Topham Hatt's approval. We only hope there's room for us here.
Just give me a moment, sirs. Sir, I found the necessary stock.
What? Already?
So just like that, Oliver and his coach were sent to the works to be mended. The inspector quickly found the additional coaches that were required, and soon enough, Duck took charge of his new line.
Now I can do what I've been thinking about for a while. Driver, can I run this branch line the Great Western way?
I heard we are going to be seeing a lot more of you.
And that you'll bring us lots of passengers when our season opens.
Well, I would not want to let you down on my promises now. That wouldn't be the Great Western way. Goodbye.
Mike, what's the Great Western Way?
I think it's some type of moving picture.
I don't think that's it. I'll have to ask Duck sometime.
Duck, your work has been good on your branch line, but I think you can always learn from others. Now that the other two coaches are ready and painted, I've decided to start running the line at its full-time schedule. I have asked Thomas to come and help for the holidays until the new year, and Donald and Douglas will take over the other passenger service until Oliver's mended in the spring.
Sir, that's very kind of you, but I don't think I need to learn from...
Hello, Duck! Look at that! We have matching coaches. Oh, I wanted to bring Annie and Cloudbell, but Sir Topham Hatt said that Percy needed them to pull my passengers while I was away.
Now, I wish you both the best of luck. Getting your branch line working with a full timetable is no small matter.
I am looking forward to learning the line with you, Duck. Oh, I think we can make a great team to get the line working back to a full timetable.
Thomas, listen here and listen well. You're on my branch line now, and you will do things my way. And of course, there are only two ways of doing things, the Great Western way and the wrong way. And I will not have things done the wrong way.
Yeesh. Was it something I said? And that's when I said to the guard, so this is what you've been guarding all this time. But I suppose it was Christmas time, so it's not the strangest thing to have a van full of presents that you're hiding. There was a present for every member of staff from Farquhar to Knapford. What is it, Duck?
Why you run around your train so?
I'm about to travel back down the branch in the other direction.
You don't need to do that, Thomas. You're using auto coaches, remember?
I prefer to run around anyway. We always do it this way on my branch line.
Well, this is not your branch line, is it? You're on my branch line, using my auto coaches. You must use auto coaches how they're made to be used. You don't need all this fuss of running around the train.
But my crew have never used an auto coach, and there's a lovely passing loop and turntable right in front of the station. It's just not how I do things.
Well, you're not Great Western then, and you know what that means.
Well, happy holidays for you too. Well, I guess I will try it his way. Well, here it goes. Okay, we're going now.
For the coming days, Thomas worked the branch line. He did work it in the Great Western way most of the time, but did slip back into his old habits when he was able to. This did take a toll on him though, and soon enough he was feeling worn out.
Well, look at what the cat dragged in. You look rough, laddie. What's catching you off? Why aren't you in a festive mood?
Well, it's Duck. He's...
telling you to do things in daft ways you're not used to?
Well, yes. How did you...
We have the same problem. It's been going on for weeks. I canna understand that engine sometimes. Great Western way or the wrong way. Even if the Great Western way causes problems. Running his own wee line has really got into his smoke box.
I don't understand it, and I do not know how much more of this I can take. What does the Great Western way even mean?
Ugh, aye, search me if I know.
Where even is Duck? Surely he prefers to sleep in a cosy shed with us.
He's up at Earlsborough, all alone.
What? Why?
I asked him the same thing. He told me...
Now, Douglas, my last train of the day is here. My first train of the day tomorrow is here. It would be absurd to run the light engine back to Tidmouth, only to come back when I can stay here. That is not the Great Western way to run a branch line.
Nonsense. The proper sheds haven't even been built yet. Till Arsborough has an engine shed, it's perfectly understandable to run back here for the night.
That's what I told him. The Fat Controller said it himself. It's just fine to sleep here until the sheds are done. That's what me and Donald have been doing after all. But apparently it's the Great Western way to stay in a carriage shed. And that is what he's been doing now. For weeks.
Even during the holidays? Tomorrow's Christmas Eve, for goodness sake.
Ah, I don't know. That engine's mind is a mystery sometimes.
I don't know what I'm going to do, Alison Mirabelle. I just don't know. The Fat Controller is relying on me to run this branch line. How can I do that when the other engines are not doing their jobs properly and won't listen to me? I know what the Great Western way is and what isn't. And I try to share that knowledge, but they just can't seem to understand it.
Maybe, Duck, you should let the engines work in the ways they are used to. As long as they still get the job done, what's the harm?
Are you even listening to yourselves? Would you ever let an engine not use your bell? Ugh, all this extra fuss at the station. It's just not the Great Western way.
No one used my bell for years before I came here. Things have changed on the other railway since the Great Western ended. We had to adapt. We just did our jobs the best we could. Not necessarily how we used to do them.
Change the way we do our jobs? I would never. Great. I'm going to get rain in my smoke box now.
Oh, and all over my roof, too. There's not enough room for all three of us. I'm sticking out.
There has to be more cover here.
Oh, it's okay, Duck. I do not mind the rain. Stay here in these sheds.
That's okay. To leave you out in the rain would not be the right way of doing things. I will go there.
Oh, but Duck, you'll be cold and alone over there.
If it means doing things the right way, then so be it.
Oh, hello, Duck. Merry Christmas Eve.
Why are you not on the other end of the train?
I was just taking a break. My driver was more comfortable seeing the line right from my cab.
Thomas, that is the wrong way. You can't keep doing this on my branch line.
That's fine, Duck. I'm just going to ask the Fat Controller to go back to my branch line after Christmas. I do miss Annie and Clarabelle anyway, and I certainly miss them more than I'll miss you.
Well, fine then. Go. If you're not willing to adhere to my way of doing things, then I don't need you here. Goodbye.
Standard his way, my bunker.
What are you doing over there, Duck? Tonight's not a night to be alone, so would you like to go down the line a little and join us near our sheds?
No, I'm fine here.
Right. It's not the best way to do things. I get it.
This is not right.
Oh, what is it?
That Duck is not here with us. He was the heart and soul of these yards, and yet he's not here to share the holiday with us.
Well, he has his branch line now. Surely you would know that. Wanting to spend evenings at the end of your line. I can't understand it myself, but it seems to suit most.
Most? With sheds, that is.
It's his own fault. He's the one who wanted to do things the right way and sleep in the open at Christmas.
I think I was being too harsh with him today at the station. He was just trying to run his line the way he used to.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Thomas. I think you did the right thing from what you told us.
I think he's just feeling the pressure of his heritage and the weight of his new responsibilities. I'll make it up with him tomorrow.
No one understands. How can they? It seems no one on this island has the great Western spirit. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Duck! Oh, don't be afraid, Duck. And Merry Christmas.
What? Who are you? Where am I?
You already know that, Duck.
What do you want?
Well, to slap some sense into you, Sonny.
I beg your pardon?
Well, you claim to know things the Great Western way, but you're missing the spirit. You have the facade without the foundation, the paint without the canvas.
But never has anyone insinuated to me as much as to say that I am not Great Western enough. Why, in the olden days...
In the old days, your friends would keep you accountable. Recall the other station pilots at Paddington? They would keep you in line. They would remind you what it meant to be Great Western. They would stop you from going too far, becoming too unreasonable. These days, you're the only Great Western for miles around. Who is left to remind you what it means?
Well, how do you know about my youth at Paddington?
Oh, it's not worth dawdling on old stories now. Let's get to the brass fitting. You want to embody the Great Western spirit on this new line of yours, but you can't remember what it actually means.
Of course I do. It's about how we do things, and what we do, and what we do not do. Operating auto coaches correctly, all the standard protocols and procedures...
Wrong! The Great Western isn't a set of rigid rules to be followed. It's a spirit, an idea? The Great Western Railway was founded by people who were willing to try new things and better people's lives, and how to work as a family together, supporting one another in everyone's interests. The Great Western spirit is not about forcing our views onto others. It's about working together to discover the best ways to run a railway. That is where we get all our unique practices. Our railway isn't defined by the exact methods and ways we were using towards the end. What matters is the spirit and the way of looking at things.
I see.
You have to learn how to best work with your railway and the other engines on it, and do what is right for it. Your branch line is going to be a piece of the Great Western. You have to start acting like it.
Oh, I should have treated the other engines with more respect for how they work. I see the fault in my actions now.
Do you really want the first Christmas of your little Western to end on this note?
No, of course not. I must go and make things right.
Then get at it, boy. Merry Christmas. Best of seasons to you, Duck. I must go now. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
What?
Merry Christmas.
Oh, it's only you.
Best of seasons to you, Duck. Oh, I must go now. But the tracks are all done for your new shed. The crew will be here to start the new year to build it. Goodbye, Duck.
Yes, well, thank you. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Alice. Merry Christmas, Maribel.
Oh my, you seem chipper this morning. Quite almost like a new engine.
Well, I am the same engine as yesterday, but another day older and wiser.
How eloquent. Merry Christmas, Duck.
Thomas, Merry Christmas, Thomas.
Duck? Your front way's around. I thought...
We realise now, Thomas, that I was wrong to judge you for how you do things. It's completely practical and efficient given the circumstances.
Oh, thanks. I also wanted to say, I was wrong to be so harsh on you. I understand what the pressure of getting a branch line is like.
Thanks, Thomas. Now, these passengers are family to be with. Goods still need to get to their destinations.
Let's get to it.
For the rest of the holiday season, Thomas and Duck ran the branch line like it had never been run before. The Fat Controller was impressed and made it clear to Duck.
Thank you, Thomas, for helping me get my branch line going.
Well, you know what they say, a change is as good as a break. I enjoy getting to know the small engines too. I hear Donald and Douglas will be filling in for me until Oliver's ready in the spring.
Thomas, I have to say it again. I'm sorry for how I treated you when you joined. It's just...
I understand.
No, it's not what I said before. It's not the pressure of running a branch line, it's...
The pressure of representing your old railway still.
Yes, exactly, yes. I was so caught up in the story of the Great Western Railway that I missed the substance, the heart. I missed the heart. I think now, though, Thomas, in the last few days working together with you, I have found it again.
Well, I think, Duck, you can truly say your branch line is the true embodiment of that spirit. A little Western spirit. Hey, with you running the line, it's not a bad name. The Little Western.
The Little Western? That's a great name for his line. And when Oliver is ready, it would be even more fitting.
Well, thanks, Thomas. Percy.
Besides, it's New Year's Eve. It's the time to let bygones be bygones and reflect on good times with friends from the past.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Happy New Year! Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind?
Should old acquaintance be forgot and old lang syne?
For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne.
We'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne.
And surely you'll buy your pint cup, and surely I'll buy mine, and we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne.
For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne.
We twain about the braes frae morning sun till dine, but seas between us braid Herod seen old lang syne. For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne.
And there's a hand, my trusty friend, and give me a hand o' thine.
And we'll take a right good will draft for Roland and sign.
Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year.